Hello everyone. So I'm doing a little bit more experimenting today with this Radical Firearms muzzle brake. Okay, so that's a muzzle brake. Um, and I've been shooting it with this 22 conversion bolt, okay? cmmg 22 conversion bolt. So the interesting thing is, as I'm shooting it, right, the sound that I hear, the gunfire sound, seems to be competing with the sound of the action, okay? That sound right there. Okay, I'm not sure, but it might be the loudest sound. Now, I'm shooting this without ear protection. Okay, no ear protection, no plugs, nothing like that. Normally, when I shoot 22s, even out of a rifle, right, I have to be standing like more than like 20 feet away from somebody shooting 22s before I can kind of like not wear any ear protection. I gotta be 20, 25 feet back. So I am very sensitive to loud sounds, and that's because I shoot every day, you know, almost all day sometimes. So I need to protect my ears so I don't go deaf. Okay, so I've been doing that from the very beginning. So if I'm shooting this without ear pro, it means it can be shot without ear pro. Okay, so the ammunition that I'm shooting is Federal Auto Match 40 grains. Okay, this is the bulk packs that I bought at Walmart. The 40 grain bullets. It's the velocity on them is on the box is 1,200 feet per second. So that's, they usually test it in like a 24-inch or 26-inch barrel. So this is 11 and a half, so it's going to be going a little bit slower than what they're saying. So let's test this out. So I did this video earlier, and what happened is I was shooting a little bit too fast. So I did combinations of fast shooting, slow shooting, and it's more useful. The information is more easily to understand if I go slower. Okay, so I'm going to be going slow as I shoot this. Okay, so I'm going to be shooting into dirt, right, rather than the steel, because you know I want you guys to hear the gun without the pinging sound. Okay, now that's the steel. That's steel at 30 yards. Okay, 30 yards. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to be shooting while I'm talking. I'm not screaming. I'm not yelling. I'm just going to be talking the way I'm talking right now, so you can judge it. Okay. So testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. Okay. I'll hit the steel now. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay. So I can't wait to because I'm actually doing this video for myself. I want to see what and hear what this sounds like. So I'm going to move you guys down to 30 yards, and we're going to do this test again. All right, so I'm going to be shooting from up there 30 yards. I'll shoot into the dirt. I'll hit a couple of rocks, and I'll also hit the steel, so you can compare different things. Yeah, so here at 30 yards, what I want to do is instead of shooting into the dirt, I'm going to shoot over the berm into one of the backstops back there. Okay, so you can hear the bullets whizzing through instead of impacting. What cameras tend to do is if a sound is too loud, they tend to basically cut it off because they can't handle it. I think the sound is at a level where it's within the camera's capabilities, so you're hearing the actual sound, okay, rather than a reduced sound because of the camera's limitations. Okay, so we are now at 50 yards. So I'm going to be shooting. I'm 50 yards up that way. but the bullets are going to be impacting 50 yards in that direction, okay? So the bullet is traveling through here, right? It's not going to, we're not shooting at these targets. The bullet is going to travel through, it's going to come through this line right here. So this is about 10 feet from the camera. Oh, also interesting, the temperature right now is about 20 degrees, because that might have some impact on sound and the way it travels and the speed of the bullet. Hey everyone, if you listen carefully, you can almost hear two sounds, right? So you got the one that's long, it's like a pop, but then there's almost like a kiss at the end. So the longer pop sound, that's the bullet coming through, okay? And then the very short, like sound at the end, that's the gunshot, that's the barrel making that sound, okay? So there's two sounds, you gotta listen carefully, but you can hear the bullet cracking, and then you can also hear the gun blast. It's a little fainter, but it sounds almost like a kiss at the end. So we're at about 100 yards here. I'm going to put some shots over here, and then what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to have a couple of bullets go past here, go to my other target that's at about 140 yards, 150 yards, okay? So that you can also hear the bullet going past. So you're going to hear some shots that are going to impact the target, or impact the wood here, or impact the ground. All right, and then I'm going to have some shots go past it to the target back there, and we'll see what it sounds like. So, like I said earlier, the temperature right now is about 20 degrees. So the sound definitely has changed at 100 yards. So now we're hearing more of a zipping sound, kind of like if you're like whipping an antenna or a branch through the air. And then behind it, we can still hear that like kissing sound. Okay, so that's basically that's the gunshot at the barrel. Okay, so there's still something there, but like I said, I'm shooting this without any hearing protection, and I normally wear hearing protection even when I'm shooting like 22 long rifle. So, some conclusions. This Radical Firearms muzzle brake is absolutely awesome, man. Especially for the $140. Okay. Now it's unfortunate that they discontinued it, but if it ever comes back, man, this thing is it. And I would really love to get one in 30 caliber for my AR-10. Okay. So yeah, this thing is fun. It's like, and I basically rediscovered this because originally this came on my 7.5-inch AR pistol from Radical Firearms, and what happened is like I couldn't tell a difference between this and the just the Core Valley linear comps. Okay, so on a 7.5-inch barrel, I could not tell the difference, and it wasn't until recently when I put it on this 11.5-inch that I started seeing a difference. Now, one reason might be because of the barrel length, but the other thing I did is I put an adjustable gas block in there. It's not going to make a difference with the 22s, but with the 5.56, what happens is the adjustable gas block, I have it tuned down so it slows down the bolt action. And what happens is the bullet has more time to get out of the barrel, and then the noise goes out in that direction rather than come out of the ejection port. Okay, so that's what's referred to as port pop. So by putting in the adjustable gas block and tuning it down, I've reduced the port pop when I'm shooting the 223 5.56. However, it is louder. Like, I have to wear the earplugs with that. I used to have, like, normally I wear full earmuffs. I can't just shoot with just earplugs. It just hurts my ears. But using this, I can shoot with the earplugs. And when I put in the 22 conversion bolt, oh man, it's like zero ear protection. I've probably shot over 200 rounds today, no problems whatsoever. Let's do a little bit more shooting. This thing is even more fun when you put in one of those funny triggers, okay? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I love them funny triggers. Like a freaking sewing machine, man. Oh, baby. Love Radical Firearms. I just wish they would bring these guys back. If they bring them back, get it. I mean, that is the bomb. Now, the other thing that we can tell from this is, at $140, that is the correct price for anything that looks like this. Okay, that is the correct price. The $500 to $1,000 to $1,500 that they're charging for, that's BS. Okay, that's the correct price. $140. It's just a muzzle brake. That's all these things are. Okay, and it works. So this gives me a good indication of if some changes were made to the NFA and these, those things, not this thing, those things came out of the NFA, that's what the price would come down to, right? Because $140 is apparently, right, is enough money for them to make it, sell it, and make a profit on top of it, okay? So that's the correct price. Keep that in mind. If the suppressors ever come out of the NFA, okay, that's the price you're looking for, because initially there's going to be a huge demand and price is probably going to go up even higher, probably within maybe 2 years. Then you'll see the prices come back down to the correct price of about $140. Okay, so drop some comments. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you all soon.